Test, test, check 1, 2. You know you need unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Does that sound all right? Ah, that's better. You can always tell something's missing when you get isolated results. Like AI that's only right for one of your systems. Get AI that can work across your data and applications. Learn more at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry Lawrence, and in this episode, we are going to step in and expand into our highest frequency. Make sure to stay tuned to the very end because we're going to take a deep breath to help us align on this message and move forward throughout the day. So here we go. It's time. You've been working hard. You've been studying. You've been reflecting. You've been meditating. You've been doing the shadow work. You've been manifesting, saying your I am statements. You have been putting in the energy to lift yourself up into your highest frequency, and we are going to experience it. I want you to allow yourself to truly experience what is waiting for you. So first, think of this. Everything that you desire, whether it's a way to feel, a way to be, a way to go, whatever it is existing right now. Imagine that there's your life, the timeline that you're on now, that goes the direction it's going. But on top of it, there's another timeline and another timeline and another timeline. There's infinite amounts of timelines, and how you tune your mind is going to dictate the timeline that you experience. So you're currently tuned in to your current timeline, which is giving you the experience that you have. So we don't need to change what's happening in the timeline. We change our tuning, which then dials us in to the different channel. Just like if you're watching one channel, others are playing at that time. But when you tune the tuner, you experience something else. So as we rise up, know that that is what is happening. We are shifting into something higher. So I want to welcome you because I'm going to transcend into my highest frequency. I'm going to transcend into the version of me that's living in the timeline, that's experiencing everything that I desire. And I want you to come along this journey with me. So as I say something, say it for yourself. When I say it feels good to be abundant financially, it feels good to look at my bank account and see millions of dollars. I want you to do the same for you because you have to understand it doesn't matter the thing. If I say $1 million, $1 billion, $10, $1, whatever it is, that is just an experience that someone is having. Remember, you can have an abundant experience and it does not take from anybody. Because everybody has the same power. The only way you could take from somebody is to convince them that they couldn't do this, meaning take away their knowledge of their power. Meaning if I tell you that you can't manifest a new life, that it's someone else in control, it's the government controlling the way you think. It's the school system affecting the way you think. It's where you grew up. It's what your background is. That's what's dictating your experience. See, when I do that, then I'm taking away what you can create because I'm disallowing yourself to realize the power within you. But then once we know that we are the creators of the experience that we're on, then we have the power to create any experience. So say it with me. Get outlandish. It feels good to look in the mirror and see the body that I desire. It feels so good to feel how lean and strong and healthy my body is. I'm so proud of this experience. It feels good to get in the car of my dreams, to sit in there and close the door and know how hard I worked, how it's completely paid off. I owe no debt to it. It's so fun to drive. I love sitting in this beautiful estate of a house that I earned. It feels so good to have this. You see, when you can't do that, when you feel resistance to someone else speaking in their excellence, speaking in their desire, and you feel resistance, meaning like you hear someone say, I have a certain amount of money, and then you feel the lack within you, remember, that is always a reflection of you. The world is not as it is, and that includes me. I am not who you see, I am who you are. You understand that? The world is not as it is as you are. And that applies to absolutely everything. I am not more valuable than you. I do not have more gifts than you. I am not more loved by the universe than you. Nobody is. We are all equal creators. And so step into your timeline. Get outlandish with it. What do you want to experience? Do you want to have a little cabin in the woods where it's silent, where nobody bothers you and you're just in nature and that's your life and you want to be away like that? Then create it. That's for you. Do you want to have a mansion on the beach where you have, just this great house with big parties and tons of money and big experiences? Create it. That's for you. As long as you live a life of example, meaning you are as you say and you give as you are, then you're in your truth and you will uplift the world. Now, if you're living in a lie, you're creating things at the expense of others. You're living as two-faced, meaning you're presenting one thing but actually creating another, and you're looking to take from other people, whether it's through convincing them that they aren't who they are, convincing them that they can't do, or that someone else is the enemy, or spreading those things. As long as you're not doing those things, you can experience any kind of abundance and any kind of thing in a positive way. You are a force for good or evil based on your choice. You can be rich and be good. You can be rich and be bad. You can be poor and be good, and you can be poor and be bad. You can be rich and be helpful. You can be rich and not helpful, poor and helpful. You see, it's all about the state of being that you want to be. Your dreams are your dreams. If you want to live in just a shack by the ocean, that's your option. If you want to build a giant company that the whole world knows, that's your choice. It's all up to you, but you have to learn to accept that timeline. You have to learn to speak that language from that timeline because it is different than the one you're in. If you're frustrated with what I'm saying, if you're having a hard time accepting that you can be a millionaire and I could be a billionaire and it wouldn't affect anybody else in the world, then you can't create it. And even if you did, you would create that reality, meaning there's pain around the money you receive. There's lack around the money you receive. What do you think happens? What do you think happens when you become what it is that you desire? Because whatever you think happens is what will happen. If you think people will suffer because you're successful, when you become successful, people will suffer. But you see, you're not causing them to suffer. You are stepping into a timeline where that's the reality that other people have created, where they suffer because you succeed. There's infinite timelines. So yes, there's a timeline where you become successful and others have lack because of you, but it's because they also attracted a timeline where they can't be successful because somebody else is. It's all co-creating. What do you want to create? I want to create a surrounding of complete abundance where everybody has what they desire. Because when that's the truth, when you truly become that version of yourself, you couldn't get enough because you're always giving and it feels so much better to give. Could you imagine if everyone gave from their highest potential? The abundance would be ununderstandable. The world, the vibrational planet that would be created is ununderstandable. So what timeline do you want? When something happens on the news and you're like, I knew it. Did you step in the timeline where that's real? That was your reality? And you might think, no, this is just how life was going. You don't know when the timeline shifts. It's always shifting. It blends. So it's all existing at once. It can't be as simple as just one reality. There's so much more. The law of attraction says like attracts like. So tune yourself into the attraction of the experience that you'd like. And everybody else there is creating that experience for themselves. And I know your mind might go, well, no one would create, terrible things happening to them. There's murder, there's wars, there's illness, there's sickness, there's all these bad things. Who would create that? And I would say this. We are here having a 4-dimensional experience, meaning you can only perceive height, width, length, and time. There's more. We just can't perceive it. So when we come into this capsule of experience that only has 4, what would be the reason? The reason would be for us to grow. This is a school. And we're limited in this capacity so that we can grow. If we know all, perceive all, then you can't focus in and experience the lack of something. You can't experience the creation of something, which is all capable of happening here. So when you realize that this is an experience and it's not forever, It takes the weight of all these negative things away. Why did this person die so young? Why did this person live so long? Why did this happen to this? Why happened? It doesn't matter. It's all an experience for your energy to grow. So when the thing happens that seems terrible on earth, once it's over and you're in a reflection state, you realize, oh, it's just a moment. I'm going to go try it again and again and again and again. And if your thought pattern is, well, it doesn't matter, there is no life after death. We're just this, thing of fake consciousness that thinks we're more than that. But in reality, when we die, it's all black. There's nothing more. Then it also doesn't matter. Because if when you die, it's over, then it doesn't matter when you die because it's over. But if you die and it's just continuation of your energy, then it doesn't matter because it's just continuation of your energy. We know that like attracts like. We know that because you can see it in the world. Groups of people that stay together are rarely different. They're the same. Birds of a feather flock together. So align yourself to the timeline that is going to make the most powerful shift for you. It's your choice. Speak in it. Oh, it feels good to have all this money. Oh, it feels good to do a podcast and reach millions of people. Oh, it feels good to look people in the eyes and watch how they admit that the world changed because of the podcast. It feels so good to be celebrated. It feels so good to know that everything was worth it. The heartache, the pain, the loss, everything that I went through to understand things in this way. Oh, this life feels good. Step into it. It should get easier and easier to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath. And when you breathe in, just practice stillness. Just tune into this moment. And as you hold your breath, live for just a moment as the you that's in the timeline that already has. See yourself in that car. See yourself with that family. See yourself with that health, whatever it is. And then once you exhale, allow anything that doesn't resonate with you to leave you. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. I believe in you so much. I wish for just a moment we could share eyes so you could see you as I see you. When I see someone send a message about how they transformed their life, when I see somebody that sends a message of how they made it through that difficulty, that is you. You are doing the work and you are amazing at it. It may not feel like it, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Anybody that would spend time listening to something like this, researching something to elevate their energy, step in the highest frequency, is on the path and is somebody worth saving, is somebody worth fighting for, is somebody paying attention to, and that is you, because when you do this, you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. Speaking of emails, every single day that a new episode comes out, I send out an email. And it is a direct workbook, worksheet, whatever you want to call it, on how to do whatever the episode was about. It's about 5 to 10 minutes. It gives you exercise after exercise to mentally tune yourself in to your highest frequency every single morning. If you want this in your email box, whether you're on Spotify or iTunes, on the episode that you're listening to, click the more button where you can read more. Scroll all the way down and you see where you can subscribe to my email list. When you click that and subscribe, you will get an email every single morning that an episode comes up, and they are so impactful. It takes everything from this episode, makes it a quick read, gets your mind going, and then gives you a few steps of things that you could do just to align yourself every single morning so you can tap into that high you, tap into your highest frequency, and experience an entire day like this. And if you want more, if you've listened to these podcasts, if you're listening to the emails or reading the emails and you want to dial it up, I am still taking on clients that want to make powerful, powerful shifts. Whether you want to amplify that through your business, your career, or your life, you want to tune into this. You want to set a destination of where you want to go. You want to set a state of being that you want to be. And then you want to raise your frequency so that you can lift up and go to that timeline. This is what I'm doing in the coaching. If that is you, shoot me an email at henry@vibeabundant.com. That's Henry, Henry, at vibe, V-I-B-E, abundant.com. The link is also in the description below as well. Or you can message me on Instagram at RealHenryG. I'd love to talk to you there as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.